Hello and welcome to the Wren Den. I'm Wren, this is the Den, and autumn is here, aka crochet season. So before we go any further, I need to say, if you are expecting Christmas presents from me this year, turn off the video, walk away. I won't be offended. So I feel like every autumn I get back into crochet. It's like the perfect craft for the season, for just like sitting inside on a kind of dark and stormy evening and doing something cozy, and the yarn is soft and like, yeah, it's a good feeling. My first crochet project this year is going to be, you have been warned, the Dinosaur vest by ThisIsOlya's Crochet. I will link her Etsy shop in the description. Now, I'm not going to show you the inside of the booklet, so this was a digital download that I bought from Etsy and then got printed, because then I don't have to like have a screen, because I prefer it when like crochet time is screen-free time. So I try and print out patterns whenever I can, and also it's just fun to always know where they are, be able to find them if I want to do them again. But yeah, this is basically making a dinosaur vest. We are aiming for the middle size, which is 1.5 to 3 years. Hoping to get somewhere in the middle of there, erring on the bigger because I would rather it be oversized than too small. But it looks from the construction like I could fix that, maybe. We'll see. So I've done a little bit of prep. First of all, I've bought the yarn, which is this Elise Veluto soft yarn. It's kind of that squidgy stuff that you may have seen at like craft fairs and stuff. It seems to be getting very popular for like little squishy creatures. I've seen a lot of like markets and stuff recently. I don't personally love the texture for stuff for myself because I think it's almost too warm, and particularly for like wearing something. I don't think it would work for me, but it's very cute. And I think for a sort of baby yarn, I think it's kind of perfect. So the other thing I've already done is I've made the swatch. This has turned out maybe very slightly shorter, but about the right width. And it's really like 0.5 centimeter shorter. So I'm just going to be aware of that as I'm crocheting. And honestly, like, it was kind of just useful to do a little bit of crochet. It's been a while since I picked up a crochet hook, so it was kind of just useful to have a little bit of a low risk refresher before I started doing anything. So yeah, I've got 5 skeins of this green yarn and a skein of the white to do like the accent bits. It does say 5 to 7 skeins for the size that I'm aiming for, so I'm just hoping that we're going to be about right. There's plenty of time to order more yarn if I have to, but it's much cheaper to order in bulk than in ones, so I'm sort of hoping I don't have to. I've just gone through the instructions and I've circled everywhere because there are 3 sizes in here, which is great. It goes up to like 5 years or something. I don't want to get confused. They're color coded in there, but I know what I'm like. I will skim read. So I've gone through and circled every instruction that applies to me, basically, rather than applying to one of the other 2 sizes that I'm not doing. The construction looks relatively straightforward. It looks like it's a sort of mostly a rectangle with a sort of series of rectangles on top, if that makes sense. And then the hood is squares, and then there's spikes down the back and a tail, which are like triangles in the round. So all of that feels within my skill set. Definitely. It's supposed to take between 2 and 4 evenings to do. I'm sort of hoping I'll do it over a weekend, but we'll see. And yeah, I'll let you know if I get stuck anywhere, but otherwise, this is going to be a fairly chill video, hopefully. I'm really looking forward to getting back into crochet again. I have missed it, but 'tis definitely the season. Like, I miss it in the abstract all year, and then in the autumn I'm like, what can I crochet? So I'm really glad to kind of be back on that. And then at the end, I'll talk about how it went, how the pattern was, reading it, and how successful I think the whole thing has been. Obviously, I won't show you it on the child in question for various privacy reasons, but you will see the final product, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. So let's go. Okay, so update. I have new glasses. Sorry if it looks weird. We'll all get used to it. I am really close to finishing the vest proper. Let me find ThisIsOlya's so I can show you. This is the vest so far. It's got its little hood here, which is very cute. Really nice construction, really easy instructions to follow. At the moment, I'm just finishing the border around the edges to make it look more tidy. I did run out of yarn this close to the end, so I did have to buy another ball, which slightly has delayed me, but it's not too bad. I'm still in plenty of time. Obviously, this isn't going to be till Christmas. This is the tail that will be on the back of the jacket, and I've also made 3 sort of medium-sized and 1 very small spikes to go on the tail. It is really nice yarn to work with. I've had a lot of fun playing with it. The construction, as I say, has all been quite straightforward. It's basically rectangles and in the round. So that's been really nice as a kind of project to get me back into crocheting. I've got a couple of ideas for like next projects which were a bit more self-indulgent, so we'll see if I get to those this year, because obviously things are going to start amping up now for Christmas, so I'm going to have to be aware of that. Let me see if I can get the overhead out and I'll show you on the desk how it's all going to come together. So here's the jacket so far. These are the little armies that I still need to put all my ends in and neaten up the sides of the armholes, but this is all really nicely bordered and is looking really cute. Here's the hood, which is basically just a rectangle, which is really nice. And then if I show you the back, so this is essentially the canvas for making it all dinosaur-y. So we've got the tail, which I think is this way up because of the way that it sort of curves down. So that will be sewn on right at the bottom here. This long tail, this one, is supposed to be sewing this on. I'm hoping that I've left enough to do that. So that's going to sew on there. And then we've got our little spinies. So I wanted a teeny tiny one to go at the bottom of the tail like that, because I think that's really cute. And then we're going to put another one along here like that. And then I've just about, or I did last time I laid this out, I've just about got enough space here to put 2 of these before we hit where the join of the hood is for the neck. So there's a little bit of space there. And basically, that's going to be it. All I've got to do now is finish off the edges and make it cute and tidy, and then sew on all the bits and bobs to make it all dinosaur-y. And then I will run it through the washing machine, probably on like a very cold wash, before it gets gifted, because, you know, there's cats here and this has been on my lap in the living room and stuff, so I want to make sure it's nice and clean. But yeah, it's worked up really quickly. It's been really fun to do just in front of the telly of an evening, and because the yarn is so chunky, it really has come together really fast, so that's great. The size that I'm doing, I just am going to have needed 6 balls of green, and just a little bit of white for the outlines of the spines. Other than the initial swatch, I haven't done a huge amount of measuring, because I don't have the child in question, so it's all slightly arbitrary. And I think it's come out big, but I want it to be a little big, because then it will first of all be adorably oversized and then fit. I basically will last longer than if it was just, you know, the perfect size in the moment. So I'm going to take myself off to in front of the television and finish sewing all these bits on, and then we'll come back for the final reveal and discussion. It's kind of terrifying to make stuff for kids because it's like, if they hate it, they're not going to wear it just, you know, to be polite. So feedback is going to be very immediate. I have thus far avoided making anything for kids. So I think it's adorable. But will the child think so? I've also realised that both of these projects are not only dinosaur themed but also green. But, you know, that is kind of my vibe, so I'm not going to stress about it. Anyway, you want to see something cool? So there we go. It is big. I am worried it is slightly too big, but, you know, we got a few months yet, so it just means there's growth targets. But yeah, I think the hood came out really well. I really like just this very slightly smaller one on the front. I think that's really cute. The tail is holding up pretty nicely. I think I was right to not like thickly stuff it because I think it will just be cute to like just to hang. I just wanted it to be a bit 3D. And I think that's come out really nicely. This is a slightly weird one because I can't show you the final, I can't show you it on because it's obviously a little bit small for me. But I hope that nevertheless you can recognize the impact. Very much would recommend this pattern. Again, it's by ThisIsOlya's Crochet, the Dinosaur vest. It was really easy to work up. It was really fun to do. And yeah, I hope that it is well received. But I've had a great time putting this together. I wonder if I can show you I can't see what you can see, so I hope that that demonstrates a little bit what it will look like when it's on. Thank you for joining me for this one. It's a little bit of a gentler one, I think. We're definitely into crochet season, but I have a couple of other projects that I want to do before I try my next crochet idea. So watch this space as always. We're coming up on my channelversary, which is exciting. So maybe I'll do something for that, not sure. But otherwise, yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Please do like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. If you want to see more of this kind of thing. And otherwise, take care, and I'll see you on the next project.